What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Um, Wanted to jump on here on this Thursday night and talk to y'all about this. Um, I'm gonna be talking a little slow tonight, but I ain't gonna be on here long. But this is something that's been swirling around on the airways the last few days when you talk about this guy, Skip Bayless, and the show that he does with brother Shannon Sharp. And I don't really do the Hollywood stuff, the entertainment stuff a lot, but this speaks to a bigger principle that applies to us all. And y'all know me. That's normally when I touch on stuff like that to pull something else out of it. But do me a favor as y'all come in and please hit the like button as you come in because we want to open this thing up. We want to snatch the paper off this thing, off this package, and see what's in it. So hit the like button as y'all come in, man. Hit that like button. Hit it right now, man. Hit it right now. Go ahead on and hit it. Don't be scared. Click like, click like, click like. So we can go into this whole dynamic. Now, the title of this video, I put a picture of Skip Bayless on the video, and I said that he is one of many, meaning that when you see how he carries himself and how he treats Shannon Sharp and how he maneuvers through that whole relationship that they have, very disrespectful, very disrespectful. He does it in his own way. He does it in a way that gets under people's skin because he's really unapologetic with what he does. He never says, "Oh well, my mistake," or "Yeah, I was wrong." You notice how had that been a black dude, black person would have got up and made that tweet about brother Hamlin, who suffered that episode on the field, that heart episode on the field on Monday night. Um, if that was a black person that would have done that, he would have already have issued out 15 apologies. You notice that there hasn't even been a conversation about Skip Bayless apologizing for the tweet that he put. Not only did he not apologize, he said he stands on it. Now, some people have said, well, he might not have meant it like it came out or whatever. But I'm one of the people who I'm of the opinion that I think people strategically, they're intelligently wicked. They know how to word certain things to give a little bit of how they really feel and throw in a little seasoning salt sprinkle a little seasoned salt of sensitivity in it to balance it, to make it seem like, see, no, that's what I did. That I didn't really mean it like that. But bigger than, well, I won't say bigger than, but on similar to just that comment. That's just one thing that he's done over the years. He's just very dismissive and very disrespectful to anyone's viewpoints and opinions other than his own. So there's an air of superiority that he displays that's been consistent with his personality literally since we've known that he existed, since he's been way back on ESPN. Hit that like button, y'all. Way since he's been on ESPN. This has been his MO. And as a result of that, a lot of athletes don't like him. A lot of other analysts don't like him. Now, this is black and white that don't like him. And I think it's reaching a point where people are starting to really just get tired of him. They're starting to be fed up with his presence as a whole. Now, will that mean that at some point he'll be gone or they'll remove him? I don't know. I can't say. I don't know. I lean towards saying I doubt it because he's part of that circle. He's part of um that crew that has the dominant hand on the game. So that's what empowers him to like, I'm not gonna ever apologize. Whether I'm wrong or not, I'm not gonna ever own up to anything that I say that people don't like, the same way that black people have been made to own up, own up, own up, apologize, apologize, apologize forever and ever and ever. He doesn't have to do that. And that's what we got to understand. The quicker we understand that, the better we will be. He don't have to do that. So we go into these uproars and get mad and blah, 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 and whatever, because we don't understand how this thing is set up. We don't understand how this thing is laid out in people like Skip's favor. So the quicker we figure that out, then the less emotionally invested we'll be in his behavior. But what has to happen is we have to withdraw. Just like when you talk about corporations who mistreat us and don't respect us and we spend our money with them, withdraw. Just like a political system that is set up to lie and lie and lie to us every election cycle and they never deliver on our behalf, we need to withdraw. Anything that doesn't respect you or your money, pull out. Don't spend a whole lot of time complaining and crying and whining about it. Pull out. And that will be the biggest voice that you can have. So to go to Brother Shannon Sharp, it's clear that he's at a point where he's starting to finally see, man, this dude is a devil. Skip Bayless is a devil. So it's like he's having an awakening where he's finally coming into the understanding of like, man, I'm trying my best to work with this guy because nobody else is going to work with him. See, this would be Skip's last go round in terms of a show, doing a show like this, where he has basically he found lightning in a bottle way back on ESPN with that whole debate dynamic that he had with Stephen A. Smith and then a few people before that. He found lightning in a bottle with that dynamic, right? So when he moved over to FS1 and got with Shannon Sharp, Shannon like, okay, I'll step in and play that role. It's a good career opportunity for Shannon. It's a good look, and you got a lot of eyes on you. So it was a good career move for Shannon as well because it put Shannon on a level that he had not been on. He was doing some analyst work here and there, but that show put him on a different kind of level. But when people show you that they don't respect you, and when they don't respect you, even when you are a top-notch personality and you would name yourself, and he still don't respect you. That's because he has a superiority complex in his mind. Oh, he's still in his mind, he's still better than you. Now, here's a guy who never played at a high level anywhere. Jalen Rose exposed him years ago when he was with ESPN. Jalen Rose humiliated him on national TV years ago because he would, again, unapologetically talk negatively about professional athletes and not just, now keep in mind, because Skip don't talk about players who really ain't that good, you know, players who ain't all that great, you're not gonna really hear their name. He takes shots at the best of the best. He takes shots at people like LeBron James, people who are stamped and certified as being greats, right? Took a shot at his own partner about a week ago when they got into that big heated exchange behind Shannon Sharp and Tom Brady and that conversation and all that. So this is a guy who's never played on a high level anyway, has no athletic talent in his body. Yet he has no hesitation about disrespecting black players who do have great talent and who have accomplished things that he could never even imagine. And I think that that's part of his mindset. He's envious. He's envious that he'll never be that. Never be that. He's just a mouthpiece. So Jalen Rose exposed him years ago. It's on the internet. You can look it up right here on YouTube. You can go look it up and see Jalen Rose pulled out his high school statistics when Skip played. The man was averaging 1 point a game. Dude averaging 1 point a game, and I think he was a junior or a senior playing freshman basketball. Freshman or JV. He was an upperclassman playing in a underclass level, and I've never heard of that before. I've seen freshmen playing varsity. I've seen sophomores playing varsity or freshmen playing on a higher level. I've never seen an upperclassman playing freshman. So you were not that good, but you got the gall to sit up every day, year in and year out. And part of that is because it drives ratings. It keeps people watching. Because part of the draw is for us to sit at home watching him make these outrageous statements, and we at home, man, I can't believe it. Matt throwing at the TV and going off and then the next day we're going to turn it on and watch right again. So it's also a mental strategy as well. But at some point, we have to be wise enough to say, hey, man, just cut this dude loose, man. Let him just wander off and be by himself. Because like I just said earlier, that dynamic, that head-to-head debate dynamic, it takes a special kind of person to sit across from a guy like that. Even when there's money involved, it takes a special kind of mindset to sit across a dude like that and not fly across the table on him once or twice. Because I know the other week when they had that big blowout, Shannon wanted to fly across that table. But what would have happened to Shannon if he would have flew across that table? Shannon would be done. Shannon, as we know him, would be no more because it would have ruined him. It would have ruined him. So when you have these white analysts, these white general managers, owners, all these people who have nothing in mind but the dollar, right? They don't care about Damar Hamlin having a life-threatening situation on a football field. They care about that game. They trying to figure out, while everybody's saying what's going to happen to Damar, they're thinking, what are we going to do about this game? How are we going to make this game up, man? This is a mess. See? When police were killing black people in the streets and unarmed black people getting killed, and the NBA players was not wanting to play and wearing shirts and protest and things of that nature, and was like, we're not playing tonight. With the time the Milwaukee Bucks decided they wasn't going to play. Trust me, the commissioner, the owners of those teams, They don't care about none of that. They're thinking, how can we smooth this over and fix this in order to get these niggas back on the field, on the court? That's what it's all about. So they don't want to talk about, they not, Skip Bayless could care less about DeMar Hamlin. That's just my opinion. They care less about it. He's worrying about who's going to win the Super Bowl. He's trying to see this playoff picture unfold, and DeMar Hamlin's situation interfered with that. See? It's kind of like when Kyrie didn't want to get vaccinated and he was going through that whole thing, and then you had all these different talking heads, black and white, mainly the black ones, because they'll stick the black ones out there to speak for them. You had all these talking heads that were more focused on Kyrie being selfish because he didn't want to get vaccinated. He had concern for his physical well-being to say, when I'm not doing that, I don't trust it. And they're talking about you being selfish because your team got a chance to win a championship and you being selfish. See? That's dangerous, man. That's very dangerous. And a check is not worth letting people disrespect you. A lot of y'all work on jobs. And I'm sure I got a few people on here. If I did a poll right now and say, man, how many of y'all have walked off of a job that you probably needed? How many of y'all that walked away from a paycheck that you needed because somebody high up in that company, manager, supervisor, was disrespecting you because the working conditions were disrespectful and they were mistreating you? How many of y'all have walked off of a job before? Can I get a show of hands? But on the same token, but I did that 6 months ago. But on the same token, and it didn't matter how bad you needed that job. In that moment, you was like, man, hold on, man. Hold on. I ain't gonna let you talk to me no any kind of way. And you got home later on, and you was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to figure something out. But what I was not gonna do was let that dude keep trying me and disrespecting me every day, especially when you knew that you came to work every day and you did your job. You didn't give nobody no problems. You showed up on time, did your work. And see, that's Shannon to me. See? Shannon comes in and he's like, hey, man, we're going to do this thing. We're going to debate. We're going to disagree. We may raise our voices and get animated and get passionate at time. But when you cross the line of disrespect, when you make things personal, it's something else going on in you. It's like in regular conversation, man. We've all disagreed. We sitting around arguing who's better out of this guy, this rapper and that rapper, this basketball player and that basketball player. And then when the conversation escalates and somebody's not able to argue in a way that doesn't cross the line, they cross the line and then they haul off and say something about your baby mama. You're like, whoa. We was talking about Kevin Durant. Now all of a sudden you threw my baby mama in the picture? See? Something underlying, an underlying thing that you got going on in your head. But he ain't the only one. He just does it in the way that he does it. We get so caught up in wanting to be a part of their establishment that when we finally get in there, you find out, number one, that they don't care about you. They don't really want you in there. Do you think that Skip Bayless really cares about Shannon Sharpe, just personally as a person? This is business for him. When he left ESPN and the dynamic that he and Stephen A. Smith had, and I know FS1 paid him a lot of money to come over. He had to try to find somebody that he felt would be comparable as a replacement to Stephen A. to duplicate that same model that he had at ESPN. So by whatever means, I don't know what previous connection that him and Shannon had, they came together on that front, and it's worked. They've been together for years now. So it clearly worked because the show hasn't got canceled. And I'm sure with all this current mess that's going on, their ratings are probably higher than ever. I'm assuming. But he not selecting Shannon because he cares about him. I'm not saying he should. I'm just saying that I think that Shannon may have made the mistake of thinking at some point, well, me and Skip, we good. This my boy. We gonna disagree on TV, but you know, that's my guy. I like Skip. He likes me. He may have made that mistake. That dude don't like you, man. Nah. He likes what you are able to provide with your doing your part to make that show successful, to make that undisputed brand successful. He likes that. But he showed you what he really thinks about you when y'all had that blow up the other week. That's when it came out. And I'm just of the belief that it's certain things that you can't return, you can't come back from. Anything in life, when certain lines are crossed, people have crossed lines with me, man, in my lifetime that, and it's funny how the line crosser, hold on for a second, y'all, let me do something. Sorry about that. It's funny how the line crosser in a lot of situations, they don't get it. Because somebody will say something to you that's so out of pocket, so disrespectful, so over the line, and they'll come back a day or two later and, hey, what's up, man? What's up, man? What y'all doing today, man? We ain't doing nothing today. Because you don't look at them the same no more. Y'all remember the movie Juice, right? With Tupac and Omar Epps. Remember when they went out and they robbed the store, and then when they was running, you know, Tupac shot the clerk and killed the clerk, and they was running and they got to the spot and everybody, man, why'd you shoot him, man? Nah, nah, nah. And they had a big blowout and then pop, blah, and shot the other guy and killed him. And was threatening the rest of them, like, I'll kill you too. Then the next day, they go to school and Pac, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? And they look at him like, I don't see you the same no more. We'll never be the same no more. But people do that. I don't mean to that extreme, but people will say stuff to you, man, that crosses a line, and then they'll expect you to brush that down like they didn't even say that. Hey, well, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with him? Well, man, you disrespected this man's mother. Or you said something about this man's child, or you made a statement that was way, way, way out of pocket, bro. And people look at you as like you're supposed to take that. Nah, I can never look at you the same no more. And to a person that has some dignity about themselves, I can't even work with you no more. Now, Shannon now is in a position, not to say that he was not in a position before that. I'm sure he was doing well, but his name from his time being on that platform, his name is elevated. So now he has a very successful podcast, and I'm sure he's got other ventures going on. He's in a position now, man, where just from a dignity standpoint, in my opinion, he should walk away. Walk away, man. He may have a contract that he wants to honor and play, play out or whatever. Man, but certain things ain't worth the money, man. How many people put a price on their self-respect. Man, walk away. Walking away, a lot of times for us, y'all, is the best way to demonstrate and make those who disrespect you aware of the power that you actually have. And what I mean by that is, if Shannon walks away from that show, what would that show be? I'm sure there's another Negro that he can find that would sign on and step in that seat gladly and kiss Skip's butt and try to argue and debate and all. I'm sure that was another one. I'm sure there's another one out there. But that ain't what he wants. He wants that one where he can clash with and drive those ratings up and all that. That's what he really wants. That's the guy he wants. Shannon will be fine without Skip. Keep doing your podcast, keep doing your other business ventures, man. Do some analyst work for the NFL, whatever you got to do. But it's bothersome to watch a guy continue to allow this guy to disrespect him. At some point, it got to stop. And I don't care what you might try to say off camera. Well, man, it's part of the business. We have our fallouts, but then once the camera shut off, we good. Nah, man. Not on certain things. When you going in too hard on me personally, nah, man. Anger and that envious spirit and all that, that's when you get the truth about how people feel about you. It's like somebody being drunk. Drunk person gonna tell you how it is. Then tomorrow they ain't gonna remember it. They ain't gonna know why ain't nobody speaking to them. Like, man, what did I do? Shh. Man, you told all that girl business when you was drunk last night. See? Skip won't be the same. He'll work. But he thrives on that dynamic that he had on ESPN and that he has now currently. That's all he does. And tweet. See? But people who set this mindset, who live off of this mindset that the more controversial I am, the more my name is in people's mouth, they view that as a good thing. Nah, that's not a good thing in 2023. You know what it is? It's a dangerous thing. It's dangerous. Because somebody gonna do something to him. And God forbid. And the reason why I say God forbid is because I would not want to see a brother lose his freedom or lose his livelihood behind a devil like that. Nah, don't go across the table on him, because you're going to get the bad end of that. See? It says controversy sells. Yeah, controversy sells, but controversy also kills and destroys. It ain't wise to be that way, but it's a ratings hustle. When you see people have no remorse for a condition of a human being. See, I'm not a famous person by any means. I'm not a famous person. But I am a low level celebrity. So I know how it feels to be out in the public and people coming at you and want to take a picture and want you to sign an autograph and people want to talk to you, people excited to meet you and all that. I live that. And it's not saying it in a brag way. It's just to say, I understand that mindset. But people who are really on that high level like that, there's a certain amount of humility that comes along with that you got to have on every level, really. But you got to watch how you treat people. You got to watch how you treat people, man. Skip Bayless is very immature. He's very immature. He's 71 years old, y'all. I looked it up. That dude is 71 years old. He old enough to be my daddy, which is impossible. He's bad analogy, but by the years, by the age difference. But he's very immature to be that old because I think that he has repressed anger and disappointment for his athletic failures. So he lifts weights and works out, and he probably does that because he's like, oh, I got to make sure one of these cats run up on me, I can halfway defend myself. But he talks like a child at times that never wants to have any accountability. And part of him not taking any accountability has a lot to do with his immaturity that I mentioned. But the biggest part of his lack of accountability comes from his entitlement, privilege. Thank you, Mimi. Privilege and entitlement. That's where it comes from. Because he don't have to apologize. He's not gonna apologize. They're not gonna do nothing to me. I'm one of them. Think they're gonna do something to me. I'm one of them. You are the one that gotta bow down, not me. So I can act all day like you my friend and we're gonna reach across the table and shake hands and all that before every show. Nah, I'm a business piece for you. Privilege. Well, I can't stop your privilege because you got that. The system is yours. You already are ingrained into that. This stuff belongs to y'all. We don't own none of this. We don't control none of this crap. That's y'all stuff. I can't stop your entitlement and your privilege, but I can withdraw myself. I can do that. I can burn out and let you figure it out on your own. Because he loves that show. Skip loves doing that show. That's all he got. People say, well, that's what makes him relevant. See, there's a difference between relevant. So I don't think that you're relevant because you're famous and people talk about you a lot. That don't necessarily mean you're relevant. Relevance is tied into whether or not people value what you bring. That's what makes you relevant. Not the fact, okay, we know who he is, but we don't like you. So you have no relevance. You just there. You have no significance. You just there. Give me 5 more likes. I bet y'all won't give me 5 more likes. Hit the like button if you haven't already. I'm gonna go back into time and read some of what y'all have to say on this topic. See, the devil will let you know, he will reveal himself to you at some point. The longer you hang around, an individual who presents himself, however a person presents themselves, one of two things are going to happen when a person initially presents themselves to you in a particular manner, right? One of two things are going to happen at some point. The presentation that person gave to you initially is either going to show itself to be legitimate, or is going to reveal itself to be fraud. Those are only two things that can happen. In other words, a person either is or they ain't. So in the beginning, I'm in the music business. So in the beginning, a person who want to sign you, you an artist, a person, man, I love your music, bro. Hey, man, you dope. You could be the next big thing. A person that wants to sign you, they going to butter you up. They going to sweet talk you. They going to make you all these offers and all these promises of things that they can do for you and where they can take your career and all that. Sounds good until you sign. And when you sign, then what's going to happen? You're going to start to see who they really are. The college coach in the university, they don't necessarily care about the young man or woman that they're recruiting to come to their university. They don't care about you. They care about what you can do to bolster that university. You are now a potential future building block to the greatness of this institution. And you are a piece that can generate more revenue for us. It's all you are. It's all you are. Sorry, you thought they was your friend. Sorry, my bad. Not your friend. Your value is only based around what you can do for them. Because the second you are unable to produce and to generate on the level that you once did, you on your way out. They do it to athletes all the time. Oh, you was great until you hurt your knee. You was fantastic until you hurt your knee. You was averaging 30. You come back from the knee injury, averaging about 11 points a game. Now I'm struggling to get up and down. You on your way out. You was great when you was selling all them records. You was going platinum, making the label all this money, but that last album didn't do too hot. We're gonna have to drop you from the label. See? We don't get a bunch of do-overs and opportunities. We don't get that. So we don't start taking control and becoming the main beneficiaries of our talents and gifts, and we're gonna be forever caught up in this cycle of usury that people like Skip Bayless thrive off of. ESPN, Fox. See? All right, now I'm gonna go back. The Godfather says, I don't mind a bit of back and forth. Those shows, they make opinions that get debated over. And most of the time, it's a bold statement to make ratings. I find drama boring anyways. Yeah, I mean, It's a debate show. It's packaged as a debate show. So you know, coming in, two people, this is what you got to understand, y'all. Even shows like that are scripted to a degree. What do I mean by that? If it's a debate show, then quite naturally they have production meetings before the show even starts. They get together early in the morning. They have production meetings, and in those meetings they go over what they're going to talk about, and then these guys lay out the viewpoint that they're going to take. Oh, I'm going to take this point. Okay, I guess you're going to take that point, and we're going to just they because it wouldn't make sense for a debate show to have people on there agreeing with each other all the time. That's fine. I enjoy watching that kind of stuff myself, but when you start getting personal, see, that's where it flew off the rails, because it's like, wait a minute, dude, hold on, you telling me I'm jealous of Tom Brady, and you'll never be the player he was, and he wait a minute, where all this coming from? So that's one of those cross the line moments, because I'm gonna look at you now like, okay, listen, y'all. Let your big brother teach y'all some game real quick. The sooner that you find out how people around you actually feel about you, not what they say to you, not how they act, the sooner you find out how they truly feel about you and what they really think about you, the better. That's one of the biggest blessings you can get in your life. I don't care who it is. I don't care how much you love them and how you feel. You can still keep loving them. But I want to know if even the person that I love, I want to know if you got some secret animosity towards me, some secret envy, and some kind of, you feel some kind of way. I want to know. So now I can go, okay, no, hey, we good, depending on how extreme it is. But I know how to deal with you now. I'm finna go grab my long handle spoon. Let me go get my long handle spoon. And that's how I would deal with you. I want to know. Because if I don't know, if I'm in the blind about how a person really feels about me, man, I put myself in bad positions. And I may bless somebody who don't deserve it. I may move in favor of somebody who don't even like me. Hey man, well, who can we give that opportunity to? Hey man, I got the perfect person. I'm gonna call my boy, and I'm gonna let him make that bread. Nah, I ain't gonna call you and let you make nothing if I know you ain't feeling me like that. Now, if they ask for you, then okay, yeah. But that's a blessing, y'all. It may sting a little bit in the beginning, like, oh man, I ain't even know my boy felt that way about me. What did I do? You may feel that way, but guess what? I want to know. And I do know. A lot of situations I done been through like that. And a lot of people coming out speaking out, they defending Shannon, but they also disappointed in him. They're like, man, you need to leave that dude alone, man. It's like being in an abusive relationship. Y'all ever had that friend, male or female, that was involved in a bad, toxic, dysfunctional, abusive relationship, but they won't get out of it? And you're like, man, I don't see what you see in this person. Why are you still with this person? And they stay with them, and you don't get it. Skip needs to apologize to Craig Biggio, Yao Ming, Troy Aikman, and Emmitt Smith, and many others. I ain't familiar with them situations, but bruh, you're not gonna ever see an individual like that apologize. He's not gonna do it. I'll be shocked. I'll be like, wow, he actually did it. Because he doesn't have to. It's beneath him in his mind. Shannon Sharp is beneath him. You got a self-made, top-notch, Hall of Fame football player, one of the best to ever play at his position, and you got a nothing little nobody guy sitting across from him that because of his privilege, he still looks at that man and say, he's beneath me. This is a fact. Oh, K-Man, how you know? You just said, this is a fact. See? Let me find something. I'm looking for that comment that's going to blow my mind. Demetrius Barnes say, big bank take little bank. But guess who the big bank really is, bro? We the big bank. They the little bank. How is that possible? These are billion-dollar corporations, man. Disney owns ESPN and ABC and all. You got Fox and all. Man, how they the little bank? They the little bank because we are the one who finances them. Take your eyes off of them for a little while. Quit spending your money for a little while. We'll prove that we the big bank. Q Marshall said his last move would have been jumping that table because they know how to punch the button to take all what you work for. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm glad it, man. I would not want to see him go across the table on Skip, man. I know a lot of people would, but that's people being messy. But you're not the one that got to suffer that consequence. See, you're not the one that got to suffer that consequence. So at the end of the day, no, I wouldn't want to see them do that unless Skip came across the table first. Now, if Skip was the aggressor, okay, now I'm defending myself. That's a different ball game. All of these examples that we see every day playing out in different forms throughout society, throughout entertainment, are just more and more proof and examples of why we need to be moving away from their institutions and building our own to the best of our ability. We just never get the picture. We never get the memo that these folks have no love for us. Says Skip averaged 1.9 points per game as a senior in high school, playing on the junior varsity or the freshman team, one of them. See, that's a disappointed athlete. Well, I don't even call him athlete. That's somebody who's failed in life and they never got over it. He wish he could have been John Stockton. He wish he could have been a Steve Nash or a Jerry West. He wasn't that good. He wasn't that good. Don't hold your breath waiting on no apology. Did the slave master apologize for what they did to the slave? No, because they look, you belong to me. I control and dominate you. I don't have to apologize for nothing. Why do people still watch sports? Go spin a real record. Go open an old book. Well, to each his own. To each his own. See, there's nothing wrong with watching it. You have to know how to compartmentalize and understand when to pull out and when to don't become obsessed with it to where you just are consumed by something that in the long run is just sport and play. It has no bearing on what's really going on. Don't let it become a distraction for you to where you're not prioritizing what's really important in your life. But Skip ain't the only one. See? And he's one of the little ones. See, people are still waiting to hear what Jeff Bezos got to say about allowing Amazon to distribute from Hebrews to Negroes the documentary that got Kyrie in trouble. Jeff Bezos ain't said a word because he like, I ain't got to. I'm me, baby. It's me, baby. I ain't got to say a word. See? He not the only one. The person who has the power, they don't ever feel like they got to account for anything that they do wrong. See? They ain't apologizing. And if I do apologize, this is the mindset. If they do apologize, I'm not going to apologize to you. Shannon better realize how that man really feel about him. Y'all better realize how them folks feel about you, whoever they may be in your life. Better realize it. Because one of the biggest mistakes you can make, man, is thinking that somebody is for you that's really not. It started when society gave idiocy a voice. That's all fine and well because hearing people out is the human thing to do. But logicality, is it logically or logicality and manners matter? People lost identity of respect. Yeah, that type of stuff is boring to people, Nobody wants to sit up and watch two guys on TV just co-signing and agreeing with each other. They want to see people going at it. See, that's just like on the internet. See? You way quicker to click that video that's going to show two people going at it. Such and such says this about such and such. Click. Ooh, I want to hear what he said. Such and such and such and such almost come to blows. Click. But if you see them saying people, such and such and such and such, we're at a peace rally the other day. No, I don't want to watch that. Such and such and such and such discuss ways to improve the community. Nah, I don't want to watch that. Peace is boring. Peace is boring. That's how twisted we are. Click the like button if you haven't already, man. Skip is just one of many. Because you work with one, you go to school with one, you hang out with one, and you find as long as you Know how to get on that knee. As long as you know how to bow down and shut up. Marty Marr say we're in one with America. Yeah, we're in a bad, dysfunctional relationship with America, man. America been abusing us and beating us. You come right back. Oh, I love you, America. I'm sorry, America. Please, America. Don't take away I apologize, America. Don't take away my contract. I'm sorry. I'm gonna straighten out, America. That's right. Straighten out. See? Sports entertainment is slavery, but it's kept under the rug. Warren Sapp touched on this subject before. It makes a lot of sense. Well, you're right, because they prove to you who you are to them the second you oppose them. That's why I was talking about apologizing and all that. See, it don't matter how much money you got, because number one, they gave you the money. They're the ones who gave you the money. So they get a rise out of, watch this. I got a $200 million Negro. Watch this. I'm going to make him bow down in front of the whole world. And he worth $200 million. At the very least, somebody should scratch their head and go, wait a minute. Now I done made $100 million off of these cats. So I don't care how bad I want to play basketball. I don't care how bad I want to sing. I don't care how bad I want to rap. Man, y'all can have it. And you can get these nuts on the way out. Because guess what? I just did the poll. A lot of us who was broke have flipped out on the supervisor at work and walked out and didn't even have a plan. So just imagine if you had millions of dollars. You want to let somebody punk you and you worth millions of dollars? You can easily start a process of establishing something independent of them, and you still allow yourself. Yesterday on this show, I made some comments that many people viewed to be offensive. And I just want to say that I apologize. I would never be disrespectful to members of that community. I have nothing but the most respect. And I will now go into a process of educating myself and learning more so that I won't make this mistake again. And again, I'm truly sorry. What? Bro. The conditioning process is real, bro. The conditioning process is real. I can walk away from it, man. I can walk away from it because your manhood, brother, your womanhood, sister, is one of the components, if not the key. Well, I mean, it's the key component because your manhood, it encompasses everything else. Your manhood and womanhood should be something that you have in your mind that should never, ever be up for compromise. Never gonna compromise my manhood. self-respect, dignity, all that, that's rolled into who I am as a man. If I lose the $1 million deal, I just lose it, man. I just gotta lose it, man. And because now if I sell out, if I punk out, if I let them do me any kind of way and I end up getting the millions, I'm gonna pull up in my Rolls Royce and y'all gonna look at me like, nobody, we don't care about you got that roll. We know what you had to do to get it. Yeah, what you had to do to get it. You had to bend over to get it. Matter of fact, let's take it. So it don't matter, man. Leave him alone. Let's see what Skip will become without you, Shannon. Do it. The tolerance level is already decreasing. You're already at your wit's end with this dude. Let him make it. Show him who you are. What they did, didn't they say that in the Black Panther movie? Show them who you are. Show them who you are. Oh, this how you look at me? See, I would have been gone after that Tom Brady conversation. I'd have been done. That'd have been it for me. Once you told me I was jealous of Tom Brady and you'll never be what he is, he's 10 times better than me. You taking all these shots and that'll be my last day right there. I'm gonna show you who I am to you in relation to you. So you want to talk about who you say I am in relation to Tom Brady? I'm gonna show you who I am in relation to you. Because I'm gonna lead this show, buddy, and watch what happens to it. Sit up here and do it by yourself. You made too many enemies in the industry. Nobody else gonna fool with you, except like I said earlier, just some sellout comes on there and just so happy to get the job. He'll step in there and do it and let you disrespect him. But ain't no real one gonna come through there. Ain't gonna be no real ones that come through there. That's dead. The real one gonna be like, man, I ain't going on there. We get $5 million a year. Man, I ain't going on there. See? Because your self-respect and dignity shouldn't be for sale either. And if you do say you're gonna go on there, you know what, I'm gonna make you a little $5 million, but guess what? I already know I ain't gonna last long. Because I'm going in. I'm going in. They're gonna be begging for Shannon to come back. They're gonna be begging for Shannon to come back. If I'm on there, man, where y'all get him from? This dude, nah, he's alive. Wow, we can't work with him. Nah, who made this mistake? We're gonna fire somebody for bringing this dude on. Show him who you are, Shannon. Show them who you are. Make them understand your value, not just Skip, the entire network. Make the entire network understand your value and what you bring to that show. Make them understand. But our trusting nature as Black people, we have a trusting nature. And sometimes that trusting nature gets us in trouble because we don't come in with no slick ulterior motives. We coming in like, man, this is a great opportunity. Hey man, I'm glad to be working with you, man. I think this is gonna be great, man. Yeah, we're gonna go at it and do our thing. And we have this mindset where we are thinking about how we will treat and respect the person across from me, not knowing that they don't have the same feeling for me. And so, like I said earlier, that's where the hurt and the pain comes in, and it ain't even warranted. Like, man, you shouldn't be hurt. I thought Skip was my friend. I'm not saying he said that. I'm just I thought Skip was my friend. No, Skip ain't your friend, man. Not your friend, bro. Drop y'all locations, man. Everybody on here, drop your location. Let me know where y'all at so I can shout y'all out. And also, everybody that's on here right now, if you did not, not if you did, if you did not know about my podcast channel, just say no. If you did not know about my podcast channel, say no in the comments. See where we at, man. Let me shout y'all out real quick. Cause I tell y'all we're gonna hold y'all long. I meant that. Phantom Face in Columbus, Midland, Texas. Midland, Texas. Stan in Minnesota. JD, my brother out there in Funky Town, SPC2G in the building. Crispy Crisco and Lockhart. Border of Canada. Retribution. You close to Toronto? Are you close to Toronto, Retribution? Come see me. Come see me next month. I'll be in Toronto. Clayton Ferris in Houston. Q Marshall in ATX. CR Camp in Georgia. Lone Pheasant 808. What's 808? What's the area? I used to know my area codes good. Dallas, Texas. Superfly Kicks. Okay, so if you did not know I had a podcast, just say no. If you were unaware that I had a new podcast, say no. I just put it in the comment box. It's called the Underground Dialogue Podcast. Go over right now and subscribe. Now, the only thing is, subscribing to my podcast comes with a rule. I want you to subscribe, but do not subscribe if you're not gonna actually check out the content. I don't want the numbers. I'm not interested in the numbers. I'm more interested in the engagement. So I'd rather have a small amount of subscribers that actually engage and participate in watching the content than just people who subscribe. Just I'm showing some love and subscribe, but they not checking out the content. So I'd love for you to go sub, but I would more so like for you to actually watch the interviews and the videos and the content because we go in over there. And we just getting started. Scotland over here, man. Skull and Bones, I see you. That Kai Von. Long for 808 is Hawaii. Okay, cool. Amarillo. See you, Damone. Fast Lane and Kyle. Texas representing up in here, man. First lad. Man, Texas is representing, man. Okay. JD, I know you be supporting heavy, bro. The next episode of the podcast is dropping this weekend, man. It's called the Rap Draft. We put a list of all the rappers that we could think of throughout history, man, from the pioneers all the way to the present. And four of us sat down and we just drafted our team. We building our rap squad. And we're going to let y'all decide who picked the best team. Yeah. Basically, man, where am I at? Oh, my bad. What up, Sin Low? Corpus Christi up in this thing, man. I seen y'all acting bad, man. Y'all brought Flip and Slim Thug out there, man. Salute, bro. I know it was dope, man. Hope you been good, Sin. Hope everything been great. Tell all the family, tell everybody I said what's up, man. Yeah. I ain't necessarily putting the link, but you know, look, that's the name of the podcast, Underground Dialogue Podcast. So go just type it in, and it'll come right up. And then just subscribe and hit the notification bell. I want y'all to go subscribe to it right now. And when we get off, go watch some of the episodes. Go watch the ESG interview. Go watch the Scarface interview. The Rap Draft episode drops either this weekend or early next week. But I'm going to say this weekend. This weekend. San Antonio, Big Red, DJ Big Red up in this thing, man. Yeah. Number love, man. We got a Scarface episode on the podcast, y'all, where he playing unreleased music. Where y'all gonna hear that at? Hearing songs from Scarface that he never put out. Y'all not gonna hear that nowhere else. Y'all sleeping, bro. Y'all sleeping. Australia. Oh, Mimi, you saw me when I came to Adelaide, Australia? That's what's up, man. Oh, good. Hey, look. So in closing, bro, I don't want y'all to get overly emotional about. Hold on, let me do this real quick. Y'all see this hoodie I got on? Ugh, I get tired when I do it. Look. Underground Dialogue Podcast gear. See? You can get it from, man, what's the website? Hold on, man. I got to try to remember what the website is so y'all can know. Hold on, y'all. Be patient with me. Be patient with your big brother. Okay, there it is. My bad. If y'all want to get one of these hoodies like I got on, that's the website. Y'all gonna get this podcast work. I promise you that. Y'all gonna get this podcast work, bro. Straight out. Straight out. For the undergrounddialogue.com, you can order the hoodie. We got 2 versions of them too. Different colors. All that, man. Yeah. See, that's why. See, we got commercials about this out on the podcast. Y'all ain't watching, man. Y'all will already know about this. If y'all was watching the podcast, I wouldn't even have to do this. You would be like, oh yeah, I saw the commercial on the video when I watched the such and such interview. I would see it. What kind of material? It's clothing material. I don't know. It's good material though, man. We ain't gonna sell y'all no BS, man. Go to the website, y'all, and place your order. Place your order. Yeah. That's right, Phantom Face. Phantom Face been watching. Respect, man. I'll catch y'all later on, man. Peace.